Hey, my name is Dan. I used to work at the biggest dealership in the country, and now I teach fine folks like you how not to get fucked when buying a car. In this video, I want to talk to you about Corvette C8. Should you be buying it? When should you be buying it? What kind of trim level you should be buying it? How it should be equipped? When and how much you should be paying for it? And how does it compare to C7? And does it make sense to buy C7 now that the C8 is out? Woo, that's a lot of stuff to talk about. But first, I want to talk about the actual car because, you know, I have opinion and it's so important. You have to hear it. I'm just kidding. If you wanna just, you know, get to the meat and potatoes of the videos, should you be buying it? Just skip forward. I don't know when it's gonna be that. You know, there's gonna be a timestamp right here. Okay, now let's talk about the design of a Corvette, what I think about it. So first, I actually hated the C8. When I saw the C8, from the leaked, they're not really leaked, it's purposeful, these photos, these videos, the concept art was leaked out on purpose to create more, more publicity. It's publicity stunts. When I saw this, I mean, look at this thing. This shit looks ugly. That is an ugly ass car. Look at this here. I mean, holy shit. It looks like a weird Camaro rear end pushed onto a fucking Corvette. It's weird. It just looked ugly. And then when I saw this thing right here, to me from the side, it looked like fucking just piece of cheesecake. You know, it looked like a big fucking triangle. It looked like cheese. Like, what the fuck? I hated it. I was like, oh my god, this thing is gonna be ugly as shit. But thank god it's not as ugly. And I actually like it. I know this is pretty weird. If you know me, I'm a GTR fanboy. Love GTR, love Supras, love JDM. But this thing is abso-fucking-lutely amazing. And some people say, hey, it looks like Ferrari or whatever. And it's true. I think it does look like a Ferrari. I think a lot of inspiration did come from a Ferrari. And I am glad that the inspiration for this car came from a Ferrari, not a Pinto, not a fucking toaster. Okay, makes sense? If you get inspired or if you steal your design ideas from something great, from a design perspective, I think it's a great idea. If you get inspired by fucking Mona Lisa, that's awesome. If you get inspired by a drawing on a fucking bathroom stall, that's a different story. If your inspiration comes from something amazing, I am totally cool with that. So, okay, let's take a look at this here. I'm gonna have the Corvette, the Ferrari and the Lambo, so we can see what they compare, what they look like. And I'm gonna tell you about the prices a little bit, but I wanna talk about just from the design perspective. Do you see how from the side, do they look like comparable? Does Corvette look on par with Ferrari and Lambo? Does it look on par? Does it look good next to them? We have $250,000 cars and we have a Corvette. How does Corvette fit in there? Does it fit or does it look like it doesn't belong there? Okay, here's the front. Which one do you like better? Keep in mind, those cars are $250,000. 250 fucking grand. And here's a Corvette. I think it looks damn good. Next one, here's the rear. Now, I still have my problem with the rear. I don't really like it. I think it's too square. I think it's way too tall. It's too boxy. I don't like it. I don't think it has a smooth flow thing about it. It's just me. I still don't really like the rear, to be honest with you. Once you zoom out and you look at the rear from above, it looks way better. It doesn't look that bad. But once you stand close to the back end of it, holy crap, I really don't like it. And that little teeny tiny spoiler, like, what the fuck is that? You either have no spoiler or you put on a good spoiler, like something that's a real fucking spoiler. You either do what Ferrari did with no spoiler, or you have a real spoiler. Like, what is this? This thing looks plasticky. Like, literally, I hate the spoiler, but that's just my personal opinion. I think one of the biggest saving graces for this design is the black air intake by the door. I mean, it looks so damn good. I think without it, this car would not look the same. Okay, next one. Once you look from the front, this is a very familiar, I mean, even if you didn't know that this was a new Corvette C8, right? You could have shown this to somebody who's not a Corvette follower, who's not a Corvette fan be like, what do you think this is? What car do you think this is? I mean, I think 8 out of 10 people would tell, hey, I think this is some kind of a Corvette. Let's talk about the prices of the cars. Let's talk about whether you should be getting a C8 or C7 and how the C8 compares to the Ferrari and Lambo. Here's all the information, okay? Corvette, 6.2 V8 naturally aspirated, 500 horsepower, 470 torque, okay? Lambo, 5.2, again, naturally aspirated, V10, 602 horsepower, 413 torque. And keep in mind, look at the 0 to 60 seconds. They are very, very, very comparable. All of them are 3 seconds or less. Again, Ferrari, 4.5 V8, 470 horsepower, 400 torque, 2.9, 0 to 60. Look at the prices. Look at the prices here. 60, 261, 230. And here's, again, this is the base model. This is nothing fancy. This is just a base model, right? 4 times the fucking difference. 4 times the difference. Like, if I was gonna buy a car for $250,000, it would definitely, most likely, not definitely, most likely, I mean, probably not a Ferrari for sure, you know, most definitely not a fucking Huracan. You know, I can spend $250,000 way better than just buying one car. For 250 grand, I can buy 5 amazing cars. They're all probably going to be all American muscle or something like that, or maybe a GTR R34, a fucking Supra, NSX, you know, that kind of stuff. For 250 grand, you can buy a lot of amazing, just head-turning cars, or you can buy one Huracan. Now, here's the thing. I think Corvette, I'm gonna say this, knocked it out of the park. I mean, holy shit. They have a mid-engine car that competes with Ferrari, Lambo, Audi R8, maybe McLaren even, because McLaren is actually fun to drive. It actually, you know, as far as the driving thing, it's pretty damn good. Not a huge fan of McLaren styling, don't really like how it looks like. It looks like a fucking Dove, but the performance is pretty damn good. Now, should you be buying C7 or C8? C8. Forget about the C7. If you want to buy a C7, you shouldn't be spending anything more than $35,000 for a LT3, and that motherfucker has to be, I mean, you know, it has to be Stingray, it has to be LT3. I mean, that thing has to be well equipped, very, very, very well equipped. If you're buying C7, like I said, very well equipped and no more than $35,000. That's it. C7 is done. Forget about it. The only people that are buying C7s are you know, people who can't afford $60,000 loan. They want to get a $60,000 loan. They're just not getting approved, so they're going out and buying the C7. Guys, in 2 years, whoever is buying a Mustang, a Dodge Charger, or a Camaro instead of a C7 is a complete fucking idiot. In 2 or 3 years, no, not even 3, year and a half or 2 years, C7s are gonna cost $35,000. They're gonna cost the same price as a fucking Honda Accord. So, to me, it does not make sense to buy C7 at all, because the value of C7 is going down, 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 and it's going down fast. I mean, anytime you buy a car, it's the value, and obviously it's gonna go down, but you wanna buy a car that's gonna have some redeeming factors about it. Anybody that wants to buy a Corvette C8 all the way, forget about, you know, if some of you are like, oh, it's a mid-engine, I want a front engine. And you know, if you're gonna be buying a front engine Corvette, right, C7, make sure you buy the baddest, meanest, you know, the craziest version you can get. I mean, 650, 700 horsepower. I mean, buy yourself something that's going to be absolutely insane and something you can keep for a very long time. And C8 all the way. I think it's a phenomenal, you know, design car. Something else I want to say about the C8. If you're going to be buying a C8 brand new and you're going to be keeping it for a long time, I highly recommend it. You equip it the right way. Make sure whenever you're going to be reselling it, it's not, you don't pick some kind of ugly ass fucking green color or some kind of stupid purple or something. You know, you have to keep in mind that you're not just buying a car for yourself, even though you are, you know, 99% of it's for you, but keep in mind, you have to equip it in such a way that it's still desirable. Make sense? If you're gonna be buying a C8 and you just buy a base model, you got no business buying the fucking C8. You shouldn't be buying a fucking Corvette. You should be equipping it well. I'm talking about, I think I would not buy a Corvette if it has anything less than 600 horsepower. That's just me personally. I wouldn't buy it without all the nice options that you can get. LT3 is the only one that I would buy. I would even higher if it's possible. All the nice shit. If you're gonna be buying this car, make sure you're well equipping it, because if you're gonna be reselling it, keep in mind, let's say you buy it in 2020, right? You bought the base model. Well, guess what? How much is that car gonna cost in 2023, 2024, 2025? It's not gonna be worth as much as if it had those nice features from the start. You don't want to be, your car is going to be selling pretty much for the same price as a Honda Accord, and you don't want that. You don't want to turn your C8 into a price of a C7. Does that make sense? Okay, now let's talk about something else. I said I do like the design. Here's a couple of other things that I want to show you. Even though I do like the design, I want to show you a couple of, how do we say this, concept art or concept designs that we missed out on, and I really wish Corvette looked like this. Look at this. If Corvette looked like this, holy fuck, I would actually consider buying it. Look at this thing. This thing looks fucking angry. It looks like a shark. It looks like an angry penguin. Look at this thing. It looks fucking amazing. How come Corvette didn't look like that? I am a little fucking angry that this is not the Corvette that we have. And look at that roof scoop. Look at that roof scoop. How many production cars do you see with roof scoops? That is fucking amazing. I wish Corvette looked like this. Here's another one. Again, this is just a concept art. This is what Corvette could have looked like. And I'm really mad at I wish I was part of the team that was designing Corvette, because this is probably one of the versions that I would go with. I mean, and for those of you that don't recognize what this is inspired by, this is actually inspired by McLaren F1, this car right here. Again, the Corvette, the one that we get, the C8, is inspired by $1 million car, by $250,000 car, by $500,000 cars. We're gonna keep going here. There's also another one. If this was an option for a Corvette, I think this would be abso-fucking-lutely insane. The rear is the back is from a C7. The side, the back arch above the wheel well, I mean, that's a C6 right there. And the front is actually, again, it's a mix of a C6 with a Ferrari Dino 166P. So again, this is a concept art, and for some reason I like these concept art cars actually better than the real Corvette. Now here's another one. Again, this is concept art, and this is just a blatant copy from Ferrari 488, and I think it's good. I think it's good that Corvette finally stepped up to the big leagues, and it stopped competing with fucking Mustang, with Camaro, with Dodge Charger. I am glad that they're moving to a whole different category. Here's another one. What do you think about this one? To me, this reminds me of a Huracan in the back, then Celine, Audi R8, Huracan in the center by the door, and up front again looks like a Celine to me. What do you think if the Corvette looked like this? I think it looks pretty damn good. I think it looks pretty freaking amazing. And here's the last prototype that this car could have looked like. This here. How many of you think any of these cars look better than the actual Corvette that we got? I'm not sure why they didn't go with, with something that's absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, they go with mid-engine car, but they scale back on the design. They didn't go in 100%, and that's kind of why I'm not going to be buying one. But if somebody wants to buy one, that's totally cool. Huge thank you for watching this video. Click here to subscribe, watch one of those 2 videos, and click the share button below the video. Did you enjoy the video? Did you find it useful? Do you think you're gonna save some money with it? Abso-fucking-lutely you will. Share this video on Facebook with somebody else. This is Dan Strong with 60 Minute Car. I'm signing out, and I'll see you in another video.